that's gonna be it, right? So last week, what did we have on gold? We came into this unmitigated demand. We had this marked out for like a long time. I remember you take these liquidity points and then, well, you simply just break structure to the upside, right? You break structure to the upside, you retest, you break structure again, you retest, whatever. So from here, you anticipate higher prices from like either here or I'd wait like for a retest to here, right? So either at this supply, you're gonna go higher, or somewhere, I mean, pretty much right now, you could go higher, right? So you'll just wait for like a flip. You're also pretty deep in the supply demand, which is good. The deeper you are, the more liquidity you engineer and take out, right? So that's when rollover, whatever happens. So let's just wait real quick. You could go a little bit lower, potential in the last low here. Like I'd say here we should see a bounce, or like you have any of these lows, to be honest, so that's not that deep. But you just wait for like an entry to happen, right? So what you want to see is like if you sweep this, you want to see kind of this break, right? It would make more sense of this, but like you sweep these lows and then you want to see the break of this high, because when you break this high, it's going to be almost the same. So might as well be a little bit more cautious that you will actually benefit from a good entry. Let's see, this is A just chops out. So here first you have the sweep, right? And with the chalk flip, once you have the sweep, you want to make sure that you break a candle above again, because that is going to confirm that we break. This is just the first sweep, and then you see instantly nothing happens, and then you go back. Let's say on the 5 minute, you are still in somewhat a demand, right? This is still a valid demand. Now the reason why this is valid, or why would it make valid, is because you have all of those liquidity points, even just these liquidity points getting taken inside that demand. So it's still valid, right? So now you could still wait for like a flip to happen to potentially enter a trade, right? So for example, you sweep this, so now you want to break this, and then potentially you could enter that trade. So you're gonna wait, you're gonna be patient. Okay, now what do? You sweep that low again, right? So now you go deeper and deeper, and probably what has happened is we've taken those lows as well, which is good. That's a good sign, because the more liquidity we take, the better it is. I mean, you keep on taking liquidity. So now you're still in the demand, right? If this demand doesn't hold, you have this demand, which is a demand that broke that supply from previous, this one here. So either one of those is gonna work, right? So now most likely, 99% we're gonna see a reversal here. Because if we don't see a reversal from here, then obviously next up is this, which is not too far from each other. And after that, you're gonna break that low, and then you're gonna run down probably all the way like 85 or something, which we could catch short on. But I think we're gonna see a reversal. So now you have a liquidity sweep here. So now we're gonna wait for price to break this high, and then you're just gonna market execute, which it doesn't. So we go lower and lower and lower. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at, okay, what's gonna happen next? Are we gonna break, or are we gonna like hold? So what you have is we sweep that low, but we're still in the zone, so you still could see like upside potential, right? So I would take this, and then potential break of this high, you could probably long if it does. So now, until now, like it's been a few hours, you haven't long shit. Let's say for example you long here, you place your stop here, because obviously that's the retest. So if it goes here, it will go here as well. And then TP wise, where would you look TP wise? Now, anticipating that what people would think is we broke structure here, we're gonna go lower, but I don't think so, because of the fact that this demand is stronger in terms of the 1 hour. If you watch the new course, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I am expecting is for us to go all the way back to like probably, I mean, I would say if you take that retest, probably refine it a little bit. First supply, so I think somewhere around here is where gold is gonna go, right? Reason being is this is the actual last 50-minute zone that actually like makes sense, because if you can see, for example, this supply, right, caused this low to break again. This is always the this is all-time high, by the way. So you come to all-time high, So everything reacts from each other, which makes sense. Like that should always happen. As I tell you guys, if the supply didn't react from anything, it's pointless. And you can see like they all react from each other, which means this supply is probably a strong supply if it obviously goes up to here. So from here, you could see a potential price pull back down more. I mean, it could go a little bit higher, deeper, but like this is enough for like a trade. So you take this trade. I mean, let's actually take the trade because last time I forgot to do all that. So now you have potentially every criteria you need to enter a trade, right? So let's just play it through. It does, what time zone is this? I don't know what time zone this is, but it does chop a lot. Maybe 1 or 3 minutes. Okay, so you go higher and higher. Now, what is the last potential low that should hold before we go lower is this low. So you could just trail your stop to this low. And then you have another demand which you could maybe look for a scale in, but will it retrace that bad? Well, we'll see obviously, but like, we're gonna see obviously, right? So we're just gonna wait. Okay, that's a bit gay. That was pretty instant. Okay, we go lower. Okay, so now you kind of avoided taking an L. Like you could take a bigger L, like let's say you risk 1% here, you lose like 0.33%, which makes sense. So what you have now is you sweep this, you do come into like somewhere here, right, which does react from here. So this all makes sense, but I do still think we're gonna go higher. I think we just did like tag into that. I would say I would have taken this. I mean, this does look like a tag in, so you could probably wait for like a retest towards either here. This kind of is like a random reaction, so I don't expect that to go higher, but if it does, then you could maybe look for longs, but I don't think so. Okay, so you come back here, actually you go way deeper, which is fine. So now you're in this supply. What day is this? This is Tuesday. Fuck, I don't even remember this. I mean, that's good, so we could backtest even better. So now what would be is like this is like a flip, right? Because this is like a bounce where a lot of people buy, because first you have the sweep of this. So you know the sell side liquidity traders or whatnot would probably enter somewhere on this bounce, you know, I don't know, fucking know. Then you come down, you actually break structure to the upside, which is good. That shows bullish order flow. And then you just come a little bit higher. So now you want the candle to break above, which it didn't, right? Well, if the candle doesn't break above the sweep, so firstly this is the sweep, but you want the sweep to like this candle has to be broken above to make it like, to make sure that it's actually a break of structure instead of just a liquidity sweep, right? Which in this fact it wasn't. So now let's look where we at. We're in here. What most likely is gonna happen next is I'm probably gonna take this demand here, because this is the demand that broke that supply, which caused a massive drop on gold. So we're just gonna mark that. Like, I think we would induce this low as well, right? I think we're gonna induce this low and we're gonna go lower towards the supply. So you could either short, which is very risky, which we're not gonna do. So we're just simply gonna wait. But like, I wouldn't short here because that is very risky. Okay. So pretty much we're just gonna wait until it comes close to that supply, right? That's the idea. Or it has to break multiple highs, which it does right here. So now what we're looking for is, we could see this supply, right? Which broke that demand we were trying to long from. So maybe you could look for a short in here, right? So let's say you have this break of structure, you just want to retest, and then maybe a flip inside the retest, like somewhere around here. Okay, come in. Okay, no flip, but you're still inside, so we're gonna wait for like a flip to happen. Is that a sweep? Probably. Okay, so you see, let's say for example here, you break that low, then you go higher, and then you re-break that low. So that would be considered a valid chalk flip, right? And then the trade would look something like this. Now let's see if that's gonna hit, or we're just being retarded. Okay, we're just being, I mean, I should have executed that, but, so, I mean, yeah, that shows as well that we risked 1%, we lost 300 bucks. So that is 1.3% we're down, right? So now, let's delete all this bullshit. Now, once you've taken like all those trades, what you're looking for is, okay, let's look at what price does. We have a supply here, first of all. And then we have a potential demand here, right? Now, that was a kind of a mitigation, but let's just act like it didn't mitigate. So now, since this supply is quite big, you're just gonna wait for a somewhat of reaction. Was price action this choppy this week? I didn't even trade that much, to be honest. Like, that shit looks mad choppy. Okay, now we're in this demand. Now everyone's expecting sells, but I expect this high to get taken, if I'm gonna be honest. And then maybe get a pullback into like here. And then maybe short from there. So that's what I would be looking at. So let's say now you broke structure. Now you want to retest towards like here. And then you want to flip inside here. So I would take this. Reason being is you sweep and then you break. You sweep first and then you re-break. So that is a good example. I should have executed, right? Can I execute? I mean, fuck. Well, that doesn't make sense anyway. Fuck, I can't enter. Okay, well, I'll just enter here and act like. Okay, that was actually very good RR somehow. I mean, we won't count this, I guess. I guess we'll just do this, so we gotta stop that instantly. Okay. Obviously. Okay, you gotta stop out here, which reacts from here, which that reacts from the supply, but like that, since that supply is so big, I wouldn't say it really reacted from there, so I would just wait now. Okay, we gotta pull back into here. If that doesn't hold, it's gonna be this that's gonna hold. So it's gonna be either one of those. Now again, same thing. You have the thingy and then you have this. So you want to wait for the re-break, which this is not really a re-break. Like I wouldn't have entered there, no way in my life, because that rejection is crazy. But we're probably gonna come in here. Okay, we're in here now, which is like probably the lowest point you want to actually be in before we like go down a lot, probably very low, because now everything you're doing is just you're making new lows, right? Obviously we do have this low that probably is gonna get targeted if we break this, and after that you have this, which that should be protected. Like that should be the latest low you want to actually not hold, because if you don't hold that, like then you're going down to like 55, which is another 200 pips. But then again, you could short. Like it's not like we're fucking investing. Like we don't care if it goes down. Shorting exists, right? So now you have taken that low, which is what we were talking about. So you have the sweep, you have the break, right? And let's see, there is a demand zone there as well. What am I looking at? Right here, there's a demand zone. So from here, we could see a reversal, right? So what you do is you long, obviously. But I'm gonna double size because the last trade we actually, what's it called? Like it got out on profit, which wasn't the point. So we have to risk double. I mean, I hope that it doesn't hit TP, because like then we're gonna double TP. But like, I would say here's a good TP. That's the supply that caused all this fucking shit to happen, I guess. Cool. So now, let's see what happens. Okay, now we have another flip inside here, so you could just trail your stop here. So now we're risking 1% actually. Right there. I don't want to scale in, so we'll just let this play out, to be honest. Like, I don't see a point having a scale in. Okay, well, okay, that was TP. But the trade was how much RR? It was 5.4. Now it is not 111k, it's like 105.5k or something. So that's just like, we lost like how many trades in a row? We lost 1, 2, I think we lost 3 trades, and obviously you just win one because we are better. Now we didn't sweep that high, but I do think that high is next, so I'm trying to re-long again to that high. I mean, that's what makes sense to me, okay? So we'll just wait for price. I mean, it doesn't pull back to our entry. Maybe we can get an entry here. Right, the TP would be that supply, most likely. You just have to get a pullback. Fuck. Why is it so slow? Was gold this slow this week? Damn, what the fuck? Just go down. Okay, now we didn't pull back. We went right ahead to what's it called? Stop loss or whatever. So now, what do we see? Now we see we're in this supply, but I do think we're gonna go higher. Probably next up being here. So we could potentially just long in here. Once we see like a fat retracement. So I'll probably try to long from here. I want to see this high break and then I would long. Okay, so from here I would long. So we're in this supply, right? And then you have like a small flip. I mean, I would probably say that's just like a simple continuation play, like just a break. And then obviously this is not really a sweep. You have all of that, which you could count, right? And then TP, obviously, I would just say here, which is like 5R. Well, let's see if that hits with 1% risk, not more. Okay. Well, boom, there's TP. That was a pretty simple trade. Even once you broke structure, you come and retest, like that would even be clean longs. So that was easy, as always. And now we could see a potential retracement towards the downside, right? And next up, the downside being obviously this demand, right? That would be the next area where you want to re-long. Obviously, since we trade supply, I mean ping pong, we could just long and short do everything together because we're built different, right? So now we're just waiting for like a flip, let's say. So you could short from here. Is that even good RR? That's fine. Maybe that could be like a quick trade. Okay, maybe not. So we reacted from like kind of nowhere, I'll be honest. But we could see if we get a reaction from here, which, where would you play this to? Probably, maybe take this 3, like have a TP set here, maybe that would work. Let's see, because that's like all the liquidities in the zone. Okay, now we're in, so now you want like a flip. See, you have first you have the sweep and then you have the break, right? So now you would long here, TP being here. Let's go 1 to 2, maybe like a quick 5-minute trade and that. Okay, well, yeah, pretty much a 5-minute trade. So that's TP. That was pretty easy, 10 minutes or whatever. So now we're in the supply, which we anticipate a pullback from, right? But we have to be careful because we're now back into the demand, which could potentially run us higher because structure is bullish. So now what we talk about is, look, we break this low. Now we want this low to be rebroken to consider going down, okay? like that we're actually gonna go down, which this supply should cause. So now you're simply gonna wait, and this is when you know we're probably going down more and more, okay? So what you going, I mean, obviously you come into the supply, oh, okay. Now we could look for shorts, right? So let's just wait for, that's a break. So now we wait for the retest, and then the retest we might get a chalk flip, okay? Okay, so now you would short here, because obviously you have this, and you have this, and then TP would be here again. Quick 1 to 2.7, maybe another 5-minute trade. Okay, pretty much another 10-minute trade. See, that's very simple. So that's probably one of the most important parts you could see is like, look, we're in the supply, but we're in a demand. Then what do you have? You break this low, then you retest the supply. That supply breaks the low that reacted from like the demands kind of, and that is gonna confirm we're going down lower and lower. Okay, now we're here, and let's say we're here in this demand. Do we think we're going higher from here? I don't think so. I think we're going here. So obviously we could have targeted lower, but that's fine. This was just a quick 5-minute trade where you could catch like a 1 to 2.7, get a quick little payout. Things that I do all the time. So now we would see maybe a fake bounce higher, and then maybe we could short from here, if not like maybe here, okay? That's what I'm thinking. Let me delete this. But we want to flip obviously. Okay, so in here, okay, now, no, that wasn't valid, but we didn't get a flip, so you don't enter. So we did have a break of structure. Now we want a retest, and maybe on the retest we'll get a flip, okay? I'll just break that low. Don't be shy, bro. Okay, here. So you have this, boom, sweep, boom, break, okay? And I'm anticipating we go lower. Obviously, it could be that we don't, but we'll see, right? We will see, we shall see. Okay, you guys stopped out, which is alright. Now let's see if the supply actually still goes higher or not. Okay, looks like it does. So then what you're gonna look for is here, right? Which is the supply that caused this whole move to happen to the downside. So we'll wait here. Like, what am I doing? Okay. Okay, we're now in here. Actually, that was kind of a flip. We kind of just like avoided. But maybe this flip will be better. Like what I would want to see is for this to happen, right? Okay, now we broke that low. Obviously, I'm gonna take my stops here because that's already the retest happening, right? This is already the retest. So like if it goes higher than here, then it's probably going higher as well. So then you TP here, okay? What the fuck is that? That makes no sense. 1%, okay, cool. So let's see. Okay, you retest. You stop. Okay, now you hit a stop, but the question is, do you hit stop and go lower, or do you actually go to the high, which does make us like, if it went to TP or RR would have been better by just avoiding a bigger stop, which here you can see we avoided a bigger stop, which made sense because once we hit our stop it actually went higher. Okay, so now we're just gonna delete that and that and that. We're probably just gonna wait on the 5-minute to see what, like, this is like towards Asia session. We'll see what happens. Okay, now we have that break. Now we want to retest and then that low to get broken, and then we know, okay, we're going down. Okay, okay, here's the retest. So now we want price to pull down where, calm down, boy. Pull down here, and then from here we're probably gonna look for buys. Okay, that's the idea. So let's get a chalk flip and then we'll look for sells, right? but we're still, I mean, we did sweep that high, but we're still in the supply. Look at that big supply actually. So since the target is quite big, I'll probably wait like for a 5-minute flip to happen. Or we trade way higher. And I mean, now we did take out this high. It's more likely, like if we get a flip now, that will drop. So that's the sweep. Another sweep. Now I'm just waiting for, okay. So what we did have is like you had that sweep, then you had the break. Or that was a sweep, like sweep, you go higher, you come, you break, go higher, and now you want this low to break, and once this low breaks, I'll just enter, okay? So let's just, for example, say like this. And you TP like here. But let's wait for the low to break. See, that low didn't break, so you avoid a loss, right? Which is good because obviously we don't hit stop loss, which is what we love. Now we could potentially see this get taken and then tag into here and then drop, right? Which it does. So now if you see a flip, it's gonna be highly likely to drop. Okay, now we want this low to break and then we'll enter. I'll tell you guys why. Why was that? Because look, you have the sweep, you have the break. This is like apparently the break, and then it has to break this low, which it doesn't. Like there's no body candle closure above below that low, which means this is not a valid chalk flip. Okay, so now we're in that supply we were talking about. So now we should see a drop. If you don't drop, this pair is gay. Okay, we have that break here. Now you just want like the confirmational break, which is here. Boom. Now people saying your stop loss here is big, it's 30 pips. I don't care if my stop is big, because like even if your target is here, that's still a nice 3.8 R, right? Like nothing wrong with that. It's a drawdown, that's what we love. Come close to SL actually. So now probably from this retest we should drive lower if we do come to retest like here, which we kind of did, but we should still, like if we go up a little bit more. Okay, what is this choppiness, bro? Okay, now you break that low. So like if you want to enter, maybe you could enter from here if anyone missed the entry and whatnot, right? Okay, there you go. In the supply, is the flip gonna come? Look, this is the flip, this is the sweep, and the break, and then the body closure below the break. But I'm gonna take this as a separate trade because our first entry, I mean the stop is just a nice stop, so I don't wanna, like if we hit stop, I don't wanna fuck the other thing up, right? Like, I actually shouldn't hit stop, but like we'll see obviously, but it should not hit stop loss, I guess. But it can if it wants to, which it does want. See, that was a good decision. Because now you could have re-entered if you wanted to after you have that. So now what you have is like a 5-minute. Like you could even take this trade if you want. Like actually this is like valid. Like I'm not lying. Because why? Now we have a 5-minute chalk flip, right? From all the way here to all the way here. So now you could even take this trade if you want to. Like if you say like, yo, I'm a big swing trader, there you go, big swing trader. Obviously that was an L. And we'll see what happens. Did that shit hit TP or SL? The fuck? No, how the fuck is that? Do we have the second chart? We don't. How was that TP before SL? That makes no sense. I mean, how was the SL before TP? That was TP, right? Or was that SL? Does anyone remember this on the chart actually? Well, I don't know. But yeah, but I guess that's a stop loss, right? I guess it's fucking stop loss. But I'm still positive we're gonna go down here. I'm probably thinking we're gonna go down here now from this supply. So like any chalk flip will get in here, I'm just gonna short, and that's gonna be my TV because now I'm pissed. That was gay, bro. Let's get a rebreak and then we'll enter. So what you have now is like you have the sweep, right? Then you have the break, but that break didn't break and this break didn't break neither. So now you want to break, right? Look, this is a positive break. So now we have something like this, something like this. Okay. Why? This is so gay. Here, this looks better. Okay. Cool. Okay, what the hell is going on? Maybe we gotta pull back to short again. Like maybe it really wants me to short again, which I will happily do, bruv. Go higher, I'll short. Okay, well, we hit TP, boom. This is Friday. I mean, there's not really a lot to do anymore, right? Now, if you go to the dashboard, analytics, this is how many trades? 14 trades, 50% win rate, average R of 3.3. Obviously, there was a 2% trade, so we don't count that, like the 2% profit trade. So I would say we're at 114, 15K. That's our first. Oh, crazy. So that would be 114K, like 14% in 1 week. That's very, very good, actually. So now let's do the daily analysis real quick, and now that's it. Right, this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin going up. I'm actually in longs. Bitcoin. Are we making profit, ladies? Are we making profits? Yo, $170 profit. Let's go. Anyways, let's get gold. Obviously down. Okay, that's fine for the 1 hour. I mean, even this demand is fine. What the fuck is this? So you have, let's say this. So from here, like low key, I do expect all-time high. Like low key. Maybe get a rejection off here, like a little one, and then get all-time high, right? So I'm gonna mark this. I'm gonna send that into Discord. Any daily analysis tap, and then let's look at Euro USD, which I would say would probably go here, and then I mean I think we're gonna just drop straight from here because we're in that supply. So we're probably like if you short like this, like once you break this low, let's say you short like this could most likely hit TP. I'm not gonna say it will, but like, I mean, we'll see tomorrow getting slipped out. But yeah, that's it. That's it for fucking this week. We'll continue dating us, obviously, like, backtesting is only once a week, which is like Sunday, and then we'll see for the rest. But yeah, that's everything. Yeah, peace out, guys. Thanks for watching, I guess. I'll fucking post it soon.